Can you effectively learn foreign language if you are not very young? The answer is indisputable. Yes. We have all heard that children are the best language learners. But why? One of the main advantages they have is that they learn unconsciously. They just have nowhere to go. They are in the trap of their parents, so to speak. And they unconsciously absorb everything they hear and see. That's why many sophisticated parents strive to create multilingual environment around their children from their very early age. Because at that age, a child is not aware of what language is his own. All the languages he or she hears at that early age are foreign ones to a child. And being a few years in multilingual environment, children perceive all the languages they hear as their own. That's how you, being adult, can create a multilingual speaker from your own child. Of course, it does make sense to do with the languages you see perspectives for your children to use in future. Because in that tender age, your child is not able to choose what he or she prefers to know or have. Well, this is the tip for you how to provide excellent multilingual future for your child. Okay, let's get back to us, adults. In spite of being a young man gives some advantages in terms of learning something new, the fact of the matter is that the human's brain itself has the same potential abilities almost in every age of its owner. Though you can hear sometimes contradictory research findings about that matter, the one thing is obvious. If you train your brain, it works much better and gets more and more active even though you get older biologically. I know the person who is over 80 and whose brain works so well that any young man would envy him. The reason is that he trains his brain regularly. He lives a healthy lifestyle, does sports, he reads a lot, and still learns foreign languages. Very active man. Well, the problem of adult people with learning of foreign languages is not a physical one, but it has a psychological nature. The main problems here usually are disbelief, negative experiences, passive attitude, etc. That's what blocks our ability to learn a new language. These are parasites that kill almost every new beginning. But this is the separate topic. Well, unlike children, we, adult people, have a great advantage to make conscious decision to acquire foreign language. We can make a plan of action and follow it until it is done. We can discipline ourselves to get what we want. And this is the unquestionable advantage. Children's learning is more chaotic and spontaneous. It depends very much on what parents will put in him or her. Otherwise, they will learn in all sorts of places. You can always see the difference between abandoned children and those who had been raised in a good family. But we adults have no excuses. Whether we want and do, or we don't want and do not. It is totally our responsibility. We know if we sow today, then we shall reap the harvest in its own time. Everything here is very predictable. If you want to reap fluency in English, you have to sow a lot of seeds of English into yourself, and then water and nourish it. Following this concept, your success is unavoidable. But this success is impossible without your will, persistence, and self-discipline. So don't worry if your parents had not put it into you when you were a child, but rather use what you have now. I mean, this knowledge. Use it to get fluency in English consciously, that later you would be able to put it into your own children. Okay, today is always a good time to start. Well, click the button below and welcome.